Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Discovering Laguna Woods. I'm Cindy Whitney, and we have two separate topics today, although there is some linkage between them. We're going to be speaking with Mike Yang, who is the new president of the Chinese American Club of Laguna Woods Village. He's going to tell us a little bit about the Lunar New Year and also some things that are going to be taking place throughout the year. We're also going to be speaking with Selena and Peter Poon, who are Tai Chi teachers here in the village, and they're going to talk about the importance and the benefits of the Tai Chi practice. So stay right with us, and we're coming right back. Stay right there. Well, hello, everyone. Good morning. We are talking now to Mike Yang, who is the president of the Chinese American Club of Laguna Woods Village. And Mike, I understand that you are new to this role. And I want to say that I see you all the time. I see you engaging with people and joining in groups and getting people excited about things. You're a natural. So tell us a little bit about your role as president.
Okay, well, my role as president is kind of like united the local Chinese in the village, and then we're gonna have help each other. We have fun together, and we communicate with each other, and then we have some activities we're gonna take place all together, such as competition on the ball games, taking tours somewhere else like San Diego, or then we're gonna have like a Tai Chi classes, line dance classes, and lately we have some pickleball, very popular. And then, well, if you go to the table tennis room, like a ping pong room, most of the time you see a lot of our Chinese in there. So that we have a lot of social activity. So that's pretty much, yes.
So your role is to not only help the people who are currently in the village, but maybe new people who are coming from China or coming outside of the village and coming. They may be living in the U.S., but they're coming to the village, and you help them to acclimate to different things in the area too. Is that my understanding?
That's correct. And we even have a little like committee to help newcomers. Lots of them don't even speak good English, so we try to help them out. Tell them what the local facility is, and then tell them what is the American life is. So those are the newcomers. Welcome for the newcomers of those Chinese. Yes.
Well, you sure do put on a lot of different events and so forth. And of course, we're just recently experiencing the Lunar New Year, which is also, I understand, known as the Chinese New Year. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about what is Lunar New Year.
Well, Lunar New Year is based on the moon calendar, so it's a little different than the calendar we see. Started January 1st is our New Year. Lunar New Year's because the moon calendar, and then sometimes we have, instead of 12 months, we have 13 months in 1 year. Like every 2 or 3 years, we have one more month in each years. So the Lunar New Year's always located between January 21st to February 21st. It all depends on that year's of the moon calendar. So, and then in Chinese, we have like 12 years continuous take turns from this year is happened to be the tiger years. The year previous to us is the year of a bull or cow. And then a tiger this year, we always think tiger is the king of all beasts. And then tiger in our mind is in the representative of a brave and strength. Okay, so those are this year's of Chinese lunar years.
And there's a great deal of celebration here in the village. And I know it's been restricted a little bit because of COVID. And I know it has the potential of being a lot more elaborate. But what we see and what we have seen is just magnificent. I mean, I'm so impressed by the artists who are involved in these festivities, not just the dancers and the musicians who are incredible, but the people who make the costumes and the makeup and the sets and, you know, all of the different things that support all of these wonderful festivals. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. When I grown up, I always remember that in the first day of New Year, we always have a brand new clothes. So that means the brand new clothes is, well, first is represent the brand new years. So in like tradition in Chinese people, we all wear brand new clothes in the first day of the year, which is Lunar New Year. And then when I was little kids, I remember that in Chinese New Year, I'm gonna have a brand new clothes, and I have a lot of good food to eat. Okay, and for young boys, most remember thing is for me, I can play firecrackers, and then that is good deal. And I also will have a red envelope. In that red envelope is the money for me. So well, quite a few money. Yeah, once a year, I got a lot of, well, not only for my parents or my uncles or whoever is older than me, they are supposed to give me a red envelope. So I collect quite a few of them, which make me very happy. But most thing that I enjoy is we have a tradition, and the whole month of Lunar Year, January, the parents are not supposed to blame the young kids, or not to blame, not to beat them. No, none of that's going to happen in the whole year of Lunar Year of January. So that is the thing I enjoy the most.
That is something to look forward to.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. So, well, to answer your question, is really the brand new clothes. All people always wear the best, even better than Sunday clothes, because it's once a year. So they wear really the most they can show off on the Chinese New Year.
Well, that's interesting. Tell me a little bit about it's I don't know if it's called calligraphy, but the beautiful brush characters that signify different things: good health, good fortune, longevity, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, that's one is writing, and another one is paper cutting. So the writing the characters, we have we write the most character is one word is called fu, but that means blessing or fortune. Okay, you see everywhere. And then there's another one called so, that means longevity. So those are the single words you see the most. And then that is other than writing, and then there's among the ladies, paper cutting is a tradition, Chinese art.
I'm just so impressed with the detail of the beautiful work, especially I'm in love with the brush painting too.
Our village, believe it or not, in our village, we have quite a few masters of Chinese brush painting. They are really masters. They're very good. And then most of them are ladies. So, and then in the picture I sent you, I did send you a couple of pictures of the brush painting. I also send you some characters, handwritten characters. I also send you some of the paper cutting by our ladies. One of them very impressed is the fish, a fish, and then there is another letter which write single words of a fu with a tiger besides it. And then those are really impressive for those ladies who can cut the paper right in front of you. And yes, okay.
I looked at those and I didn't even know that was paper cut. I thought that was painted somehow. It was just so exact and perfect and beautiful.
Yes.
It's quite an art form. Well, I want to Well, first of all, I wanted to ask about you because one evening we had a conversation at the pickleball courts, and you told me a little bit about your life previous to here. So if you can do that within a couple of minutes, tell us a little bit about your life previous to coming to Laguna Woods.
Oh, wow. Okay. All righty. Before I'm 30 years old, I was born and raised in Taiwan, and then after almost like the year of my 30 years old, I came to the United States for my further education. First, I landed in Austin, Texas. I'm a UT Longhorn graduate, civil engineer, and then after I graduate, I got a job as an engineering consultant job in Pennsylvania, which taking care of most of the power plant, like hydropower plant, nuclear power plant. I'm one of the consultant in that company. And after a couple of years, I moved to Florida. And then eventually I landed in Space Coast, which is Cape Canaveral area. Yeah. The Cocoa Beach is where I live. And then after a few years, I got involved in the Space Coast, space industry. And then a few years later, I becoming a contractor or subcontractor for NASA and the US Air Force to build their launch rocket pad. So, and I did build some of them and I fixed a lot of them for my career with my own company. So that, and then that is before I came, which I live in Florida like almost 30 years before I retired and came to this village.
Wow, that's so impressive. I know you told me one night you said you worked on the launch pads of the rockets that would be launched, and then your job was to come in and repair everything that the launch actually damages, which I imagine is everything.
Correct. Yes,
that's right. How interesting that is.
Kind of interesting. I mean, every time we have rocket launch, it's splendid when you look at it. But every time it's launched, they left over like a ruined launch pad because the power, the fire, and everything, and the shaking make the whole launch pad around it is all kind of like a mess. So my job is come in and fix all of them, the water system, the electric system, and even the structure system have to be all fixed, and for the next launch. And you see a lot of launch, but it's because they have about, say, 40 or 50 different launch pads, and they use different one. This one launch out, then I come and fix within a year or two. They can launch it again, and then I take turns to fix all the launch pad. Yes.
Well, Mike, I want to thank you for your contribution to our space program. You had a pivotal role.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Well, I just want to let you know that we're pleased that you are, doing the things that you're doing to strengthen the Chinese American community in our village. And I want you to know that we are available to you to do whatever we can to support you. Is there anything that you would like us to know in the last minute here that we could be doing to help you?
Yes, helping. Yeah, we like to reach out. Okay, well, Chinese people would like to reach out, and television is one of the vehicle that we really can expose ourselves and speak out and show ourselves and let people know what we are and what we're thinking. And well, those part I really like to. Well, maybe through you and the gentleman PJ, or the manager of your television, then we can really get ourselves out. Most of Chinese people, because they are very low key, they don't want to speak out. If something happens, they tend not to speak anything. But that isn't so we I think for me, I like to reach out, present ourselves to our community and join the mainstream of American life and American society.
Well, we're going to close now, but I just wanted to let you know you're welcome to come on this show anytime. And I have to say one last thing to you, Mike, and that is I appreciate very much you coming on, but I want you to be sure and say hello to your beautiful wife, Jennifer, who I enjoy knowing very much. And she's a fantastic pickleball player.
Okay, all
So
right.
you have a wonderful day, Mike, and I will see you later on the courts.
Yes, thank you, Cindy. Thank you very much for giving us the chance. All right.
Of course.
Okay.
Of
Thank
course.
you, that
See
gentleman.
you soon. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.
So now I'm speaking with Peter and Selena Poon, who are wonderful Tai Chi teachers here in the village. And I just want to say, Peter and Selena, that I attended your class. I didn't participate, but I observed your class yesterday. And because I've heard so many wonderful things about your class, and everyone is so enthusiastic about going there and the results and the benefits. Tell us a little bit about the Tai Chi practice that you do here.
Well, I study at the Chan style Tai Chi. I came from the Bay Area, San Francisco. I used to teach over there for many years, and then I retired, and then I come over here to Laguna Woods. And then I wanted to keep practicing. And some of my friends, they wanted to join us, and that's how the class started. And our class is split up in two sections, as you saw the other day. The first half is more like the warm-up. But the warm-up exercise, actually, all the movement we do is taken from the form itself. It's like an individual movement instead of all together. So we practice that for a little bit, and then the other half is the whole form, which I teach the whole form. So it takes time. A lot of them, as we all know, we are all senior kind of. So it's not like I take it up right away, but that's okay. I just go along with the speed. I don't rush them to learn it. Some of them they just want to have the social gathering. I mean, in the morning to do some exercise and there's some friends, and that's fine with me. This part of my expectation. I don't expect everybody to learn the whole form because it's kind of difficult.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I was going to mention that in my business life, I traveled quite a bit, and wherever I went, and I went different places around the world, I always saw large groups of people practicing Tai Chi, especially in the morning. Now, is that important? I know you mentioned that your class is in the morning. Is that important to do?
Well, it just get start with some exercise for the day. And that really would make your day because you exercise first. So your body, with the fresh air and your exercise and everything, you just nurture your body so that your whole day is good. Because, you start out with the day with some happiness in your heart and in your mind. And it's not only exercise your body physical, but Tai Chi is not only physical, but also mind and soul also exercise. So if you want to improve your memory, and come to Tai Chi class also.
Yes, please. Well, there seems to be a great deal of focus too, because people are focusing on you. You stand in different places, I see in the area, so people can see both your front and the side and the back of you, because the movements are so specific that people are trying to replicate what you're doing to do it correctly. And the focus is very intense, but there's such a joy in what everyone is doing. It's kind of hard to define, but people that come away from there, they're not just enthusiastic, they're like advocates for doing this. It's really quite nice.
Yes. So the reason we are doing that is because, first of all, for people on site, then they can see the front and also see the back. But then we also have Zoom. For some of the people, they have health issues, they cannot come on site. So we have Zoom for them. Then they can, at home, then they can do the exercise with us all together. The Zoom class all start out from the pandemic, because in the very beginning, the pandemic, nobody can come out, nobody wants to come out. Then we learned about there's something called Zoom. So we started Zoom in a very, very stage, even before anybody else in this village. So we started Zoom class and it works out fine. And then later, some people joined us with physical limitations, then they cannot come out. Then our Zoom still goes on until today.
Yes, and they can modify it to some extent in their homes, and they can be, in their comfortable clothes, and they don't have to get out and drive somewhere. So it's perfect. So I imagine that the participants in your practice have really expanded because of Zoom.
Yes.
We have people that's from actually another town. They watch us and they follow us as well. So
that's wonderful.
This is great. I mean, I like people to exercise in the morning.
Yeah,
that definitely helps.
Yeah, with internet, there's really no limit in physical location. Yes, but however, there's limitations if you follow us in Zoom, because I cannot see you, because you can see, yesterday I only put up my iPad. I can only see 9 pictures at a time. And then it's so tiny and I cannot correct your form. So if you really want to do good, you really need to come on site. And then I can watch you, then we can watch you and correct you. And that's important.
Oh, I love that. Somebody said it's similar to yoga in one aspect, and that is that if you do it, every day, your muscle memory will improve. Your body, understands how to take that pose and hold that pose correctly. And so if you do it every day, the muscles will respond and you can advance in your practice too. Is that true?
That's correct. Practice makes perfect. So I always encourage the students, if you can do today, fine. As long as you come every day, gradually you get to it.
Another thing is you mentioned yoga and Tai Chi. They are very similar in a way because they all kind of train you to balance and focus. But Tai Chi a little bit different because we do a lot of different movements. It's just stationary. So that kind of coordinate your whole body movement instead of just stationary. And we have footworks also. So that helps you to balance while you're walking. So instead just one motion. So it's a little bit different in a different way.
Yeah, and there's also the martial art aspect in it because the form we are practicing is called Qian Tai Chi. So Qian Tai Chi is the original form of Tai Chi. All other forms of Tai Chi originate from Qian Tai Chi.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that. It has the martial arts origins, and you can kind of see that in the movements because, there's a strength and a purpose that seems to be, indicated in each of the movements. And it's beautiful to watch. It really is. It's quite beautiful. But it's so important for people in this community because we need to enhance our memory and we need to strengthen our balance and our form. And, all of these things are so good for us. So I think that's part of the reason it's so popular.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is a social networking, social gathering also, besides the health benefit too.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Now, how can people find you? Are you do you advertise? Are you through the recreation department? How do people join your class?
Everybody's just by word of mouth. If you and you get people pass by and they like it, and then they join. And then one person and Peter met him in the bathroom, in the men's bathroom, and he talked to Peter. Then we invited him. Then he stayed until today. That's Kevin.
Well, aside from running into Peter in the bathroom, we can probably go over to Clubhouse 2 in the morning.
Right. We pretty much every day, Monday through Saturday, except Thursday.
And Sunday.
At what time?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much it's 9 to 11 or 9 to 10:30 around there. Hour and a half to 2 hours, depends. Sometimes students will want to stay longer to ask questions and practice more. And they are very serious.
There's some serious learners.
There's some serious learner too.
Well, I watched the warm up and I thought that was the practice because, it was quite lengthy. It was going on to an hour. And I thought, well, that's enough. And my friend Wendy said, no, that's just a warm up. Wow.
Yeah, some people just going for the warm up, and the warm up is good because the warm ups exercise all your joints from your head to your toe, every single joint.
Yes. Yes. And we need that. We need that for our movement and, to be healthy. I could see it enhancing our health and well-being, just watching people participate and following you and trying to, certainly improve our posture. I mean, that's just so important for us to be walking somewhere safely. I mean, these are just basic things that we can be enhancing by doing this.
Another thing is to mention is that we have a lady, she's into singing. So, as Tai Chi kind of train your body how to breathe and how to hold the breathing longer, right? So that actually helped her to sing. She said after she started with Tai Chi, her singing improved also.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. I imagine so many things that, you can't know what someone needs improvement in their body, but they know and they see the difference afterwards, and they can attribute it to this practice. I think it's marvelous. Well, I thank you so much for coming on today and letting us know more about the Tai Chi practice and where people can find you. Clubhouse 2, 9 o'clock in most mornings. And the benefits to people to at least go give it a try, or do what I did, go and observe, sit there, bring your tea or coffee with you and observe and say, yes, I think I would like to do this now that I know more about it, and then they can come over and join.
Sure, absolutely.
Is there a fee? Is there a charge for this?
No.
You are amazing.
These are the things we would like to contribute back to the community.
That is just amazing. Well, I thank you so much for doing that, and I will be back over. I'm going to give it a try, and so you'll be seeing me over there.
You're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Thank you very much, and a good day and good health to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for joining us today as we learned some things about the Chinese American Club here in Laguna Woods Village. And we also learned some things about the importance and the benefits of Tai Chi practice. So thanks to Mike Yang and Selena and Peter Poon for coming on and sharing their skills and talents. We hope that you watch us every Wednesday and Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. on Village Television and anytime you want to on Village Television YouTube. We hope that you are kind to yourselves and everyone around you, and we will see you every time on Discovering Laguna Woods. See you soon. Bye-bye.